Good morning from St. Croix. It's Tuesday, 7:30ish in the morning. It's a beautiful day already. Um, I just want to recap about my last 2 days. So every Sunday we go to church. We hit it on the beach with the fold. Um, Man, I couldn't have walked into a better church at the right time with the right people. And then yesterday, I know most people don't like their Mondays, but Monday I get up and I go to a men's group, usually with the pastor of our church and some other gentlemen, and it's just really cool to have the fellowship with these men, and some of them have lived here their whole lives. So I get to learn a lot about St. Croix, and I get to see how I guess they'll explain the different struggles that they had coming up on this island. Um, and then last night I finally found a location that would allow me to teach jujitsu. Um, I've been doing a little jujitsu for free at the sportsman complex, St. Croix Sportsman Complex. Ghazi, thank you for welcoming me. That's a good dude. He started a not-for-profit gym, and it's a boxing gym, and it's a place for kids to just go. It's a place for people to go. It's like $20 a year. He runs it. It's run off donations. Good dude. He's got a big heart, and he's looking to do something good for the island. So I'm there some, and met a lot of cool people there. Been training with some guys that want to fight MMA there, which has been real cool. Just being able to introduce jiu-jitsu into their games. MMA is super new here. But last night I started at Free Will Baptist Christian School, which is also a church. Um, Oddly enough, they had wrestling mats that they weren't using. Um, I got hooked up with them through someone else that I had met. Actually at the men's group I went to the first time, involved with YWAM, Youth with a Mission, I believe it's what it is. Super cool. Look that up. Youth with a Mission. Met some cool people through there. Um, but he's like, a guy asked me, he's like, what do you need? And I was like, I need a gym and I need mats. I need mats. And he goes, there's a church that's got some mats. Let me call them and see what I can do. And I got text the same day. I got somebody's phone number. It's the principal of the school. Mike Cross, shout out. Thank you so much. Pastor Gene from Free Will, been super welcoming. And they're letting me use those mats. And I get to get in there right now about 3 days a week. I'm going to do a Monday and Tuesday evening for kids and adults, and a Saturday open mat. Um, just just another way that God's just set forth for me to share and spread jujitsu, and it's where my passion is. It's where I feel like I can give the most back. Um, oh, excuse me. I haven't been awake that long. Um, but yeah, our first class was last night. It was super cool. The kids are really sweet, and they're down to learn. And Mike and his wife are also participating in the class, which is cool. But we're gonna slowly build that, and looks like I'm gonna be. I have the opportunity to be with them for a while, which is cool. I'm hoping in the fall to do a jujitsu club with the school. If that's the case, I may be able to bring another school along, and it's going to allow me to build a student base to either move off on my own or just stay there. And for now, if God decides that I should be there, then I'll be there. Um, so yeah, that's super cool. I've been here maybe 2.5 months, and I've put a lot together. You know, Ashley and I've worked really hard to make this work. You know, she's a big part of this, big part of supporting me. I couldn't do this without her by any means. So there's that, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about how I got here and about how literally I made the decision to come here, and 6 months later I was here. So, bartender back in the States. I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm working late and being around alcohol. Not that I got a problem with alcohol. I was tired of the lifestyle. You know, I met a lot of cool people. I'm not gonna hate on it. I had an amazing boss. Jeez, I had an amazing boss. Rest in peace, Gerald. You were greatly missed, man, and you were a big part of my life. And I could never appreciate you enough. I worked with amazing people. You know, I got to spend a few years working with my best friend, and then I met some other people working there along the way. You know, the Hamiltons, like Hamiltons hold it down for real. Well, Misty's iffy, but Matt Hamilton, I like you, bro. I love that couple for real. Can't wait to see what they do with their lives and their beautiful children. So 6 months, I pretty much got rid of all my stuff. I either gave it away or I sold it, and I condensed my life into 2 suitcases. And one of those suitcases was full of jujitsu gear, jujitsu gis, a yoga mat. I think there were some boxing gloves and some Thai pads. Like, I didn't bring really anything with me. I got rid of everything. It was really liberating to slowly just get rid of all my stuff and look at stuff that I found in my closet that, had I not gone digging in my closet, I wouldn't have remembered that I even had. So super cool just to kind of relieve myself of that stuff. So October to May, we pull in, and to be honest, I had a panic attack for about 2 days in the midst of the cool things that I was seeing, because, you know, I'm here on Saturday. On Sunday, I go snorkeling for the first time, which is just beautiful. Frederiksted Pier, West is best. Like, beautiful fish, sea turtle, and it's clear. You can see them. And the water has just felt amazing. And then later that day, I'm out at Rainbow Beach, which is a really popular beach here, and you know, like it's scary for real. Like, I had a couple moments. It was real scary. Of like, what have I done? And man, I brought this woman with me, and what are we gonna do? And now you know, like, I felt responsible, you know, because I didn't leave anything back in the States to go back to. So, you know, Ashley, go getter that she is, was like, Eric, we gotta get back in church. We gotta go to church. We were going to church in the States. A big part of helping me get my life right, Grace Creek, Longview, Texas. Longview, if you ain't going to church, I dare you to go in that place. That's the happiest place I've ever been. Matt Benson and his crew, they work with God for real. You'll feel it when you walk in the room. So Grace Creek and my family from there, thank you very much. You know, for real, thank you. And it's where Ashley started going before we moved here. You know, after, you know, she started coming with me, and then it was after being here 2 days. She's like, I'm crying for real. Like, I'm crying. Like, I'm literally like looking at this girl like I'm scared. Like, what have we done? And she was like, we got to go to church. So she gets online, first church she comes across pretty much is this group that meets on the beach. She's like, "Hey Eric, this church meets on the beach," and I was like, "Well, let's go there." So a week later, we walk out to the beach in front of Breezes. It's a little restaurant bar, but they meet on the beach at Breezes. And I've never walked into a church and walked out going, "All right, I'll be back next week." I always kind of go check other churches out and be like, "Okay, well, this one wasn't so good, and right, I wasn't feeling it, and it's not for me." But that was not the case with the Fold. So, Pastor John, you're doing some good work here, man. It's a beautiful group of people. They were super welcoming. John has just worked to get me involved. He's, I thought I had a plan, but I think he sees a plan, and I'm super grateful to be involved and to have met him and his family. That man is a brave man, for real. He also just up and moved it from the States because God told him to. And that's a scary thing to do because God said so. Especially in a world where people do things because they say God said so. But John's really here to do good work. And I'm stoked to be involved. I don't think he's not gonna let me not be involved. Like, he's on me about it. So I'm super excited to be involved with him and to really step way outside my comfort zone. So thank you to the Fold. St. Croix is just in the 2 months I've been here. It's a beautiful place. You should check it out for real. The food here is most excellent. Most excellent. I've met some amazing people here. It is beautiful here. Like, Google Caribbean photos, and this is what you get here. No filter. That's what it looks like in those magazines, for real. Like, the water is that blue, the beaches are that beautiful. The culture here is cool. The buildings are old, and it's actually Danish history. We drive on the left side of the road here. Nobody's in a hurry for the most part. Like, we drive 30, 35 miles an hour through town. 45 miles an hour feels fast now, which is really awesome because I wanted a simpler life. I wanted to slow down. I wanted to take it in. You can see the ocean from almost everywhere here, and if you're not looking at the ocean, you're looking at the rainforest. The wildlife here is beautiful. Mongoose running across the road, chickens everywhere, horses walking around, not fenced in, just literally just walking around. And there's a large culture involving horses here. I believe there used to be like horse races here. Christianstead Boardwalk is a super rad place. It's essentially downtown Longview, but with a better view. And boats all out in the water there. People live on their boats. They rowboat in to the boardwalk, get dinner, go run errands, and rowboat back out to their homes. And it's really cool. You want to visit? I suggest you do so. It's no passport necessary. This is U.S. territory. Like, get an Airbnb. It's the best price for a stay, especially for a long stay. Get an Airbnb, and you are going to want to rent a car, unless you want to, stay right there on the boardwalk and you don't want to leave the boardwalk. But I'm going to tell you, you want to rent a car. You're going to want to be able to travel around and check this out. It's not a giant island, but my sister lives 6 miles away, 10 miles away, something, maybe 10-ish miles away, and it takes about 30 minutes to get there. And that's just because the way the roads work here, and it's nothing's really straight except for the highway, and it's all kind of curvy and mountainy, but it's real cool. It's beautiful. So Yeah, that's for the day. You know what I'm saying? Like St. Croix, hidden gem of the Caribbean of the U.S. territories. Like I live here now. You know, man. Like that's I live here now. Enjoy the rest of your day.